am LaMarsha Lewis. Let's talk. Commentary Tuesday, March the 2nd, 2021. I want to do commentary on some information that I have learned today. It's in regard to Meghan McCain. She has been MIA from The View the last 2 days. She wasn't on today's show, nor was she there on yesterday. Today, Whoopi did announce that Meghan is out like she did yesterday, but she said she will be back tomorrow, so therefore she is expected to be back on Wednesday. And what I heard from social media, other bloggers, and just word on the street, it has been reported that allegedly Meghan McCain had, the executive from The View had a talk with Meghan McCain. Again, that has been what information I've learned, and then allegedly that the executive had a talk with her, and the reason was for February 22nd, which was last Monday's show, where she was going on about she think Dr. Fauci should be removed, and how she gave the implication or implied that we need someone that would trust the science as giving the implication that therefore she didn't think Dr. Fauci trusts the science. So let's listen to the clip in which she said, and then we'll do more conversation
on public TV.
Okay.
I just wanted to show a clip of Dana Bash talking to Dr. Fauci this weekend.
My parents have already gotten their second dose. They're fully vaccinated. Does that mean it's okay for them to spend time with their grandchildren who obviously have not been vaccinated? What's your recommendation?
You know, I'm not going to make a recommendation now except to say that these are things that we really do. I mean, literally every day, Dana. We look at that, we look at the data, we look at what's evolving about how many people are getting vaccinated, and there will be recommendations coming out. I don't want to be making a recommendation now on public TV. We want to sit down with the team, take a look at that.
So I was very frustrated when I saw this clip. I first and foremost want to say that I respect the great tragedy and all the pain that has come of our handling of the coronavirus. And there are 500,000 Americans that don't have family members, and it's horrific and very sad. And the grief that our country is going through should not be downplayed. That being said, next week it will be a year since we left studio, and I have been very responsible in many different ways, as so many Americans have been. And the fact that Dr. Fauci is going on CNN and he can't tell me that if I get the vaccine, if I'll be able to have dinner with my family or dinner with, I mean, I don't have any grandparents left, but older people, if I can go to dinner at friends' houses who are older, it's terribly inconsistent messaging, and it continues to be inconsistent messaging. In Israel and Tel Aviv, one of the messages that they have, I saw a sign that said, get a shot, take a shot. Meaning, if I get the vaccine, then I can go out and I can have shots with my friends. Is the science in Israel different than the science here in the United States of America? Because Israel has over half of their country vaccinated already and seem to be doing pretty well. The idea that I can get vaccinated and I won't be able to see friends and nothing in life changes and then we're going to have to wear masks forever, I don't understand the downplaying of getting the vaccine, because right now we should be wanting as many Americans as possible to get a vaccine. The fact that I, Meghan McCain, co-host of The View, I don't know when or how I will be able to get a vaccine, because the rollout for my age range and my health is so nebulous. I have no idea when and how I can get it. I want to get it. If you call me at 3 o'clock in the morning, I will go any place at any time to get it. I want to be responsible and obviously wait my turn, but this rollout has been a disaster, and I understand obviously President Trump can take much of the blame, but now we're in the Biden administration. I, for one, would like something to look forward to and to hope for, because if getting the vaccine means that just nothing changes and we have to wait another few years till everyone gets it, there's already a lot of people not getting it. We're already having a messaging problem getting people to take this vaccine. So I'm over Dr. Fauci. I think we need to have more people giving more opinions. And I honestly, quite frankly, I think the Biden administration should remove him and put someone else in place that maybe does understand science or can talk to other countries about how we can be more like these places that are doing this successfully.
And she received a lot of backlash ever since she made those comments, since last Monday's show, where she was making those comments about Dr. Fauci. One, many people are over Meghan McCain, and even again last week when the initial, after the initial her using those that statement in which she said, that segment of her bashing Dr. Fauci, she received a lot of backlash. And I think it's unfair of her to want to give the implied implication that Dr. Fauci does not know science, or that we should not trust him, because he is the expert in the Biden administration. He was also there with Trump, and he's not new to this. He's been on panels for several with previous president for when something is going on. They need that expert opinion. For Meghan McCain to come on TV and say that she feel like Biden should remove him, and that she think like other countries like Israel, you have to understand everything is different in various other countries and places. What works for Israel may not work here in the United States or any other country. And we also have to keep in mind that the former guy downplayed COVID-19, the coronavirus. He said it was a hoax. He said it would go away. And we already are at 500,000 American lives lost. And Meghan made this rant, or did this rant, right after saying, well, I understand, I give respect to the American, but yet and still you went and bashed someone of the expertise that Dr. Fauci has. And it was, again, allegedly stated that she was talked to by the executive regarding, and it wasn't so much because she said she asked for the firing, but it's because she gave the implied implication that he doesn't trust the science. So it was, from my understanding, that was the reason she's had a talk to allegedly by the executive at the View. And as I said, she has not been on the past 2 days. She wasn't there today, nor was she there yesterday. Whoopi did say she's to be back tomorrow. And led me to think, well, did she get, say, a 2-day suspension? Or was she sucking because I'm sure this is probably the first time that the executive actually called her in and gave her a talking to or reprimand, allegedly. And so therefore she may be sucking because she's not used to anyone getting on to her. She's used to getting her way, because it basically was stated that her defense was, she's doing her job. She's doing her job. She's a conservative voice. We understand that, but you also need to come with facts. And they know, the higher ups, the executive and all of this, they know that they will be the ones that's really ABC at large and the View, the executive at large, with her going out there making this type of implied implication about Dr. Fauci. So that's why allegedly it was stated that she was talked to. So like I said, did she get a maybe 2 days suspension, or was she just sucking, being Meghan McCain, the big baby that she is, or maybe both? Maybe she did receive a 2-day suspension and she was sulking at the same time. I don't know. We shall see if she comes back. But it's about time that they held her feet to the fire. As it's been stated, her little cushion is laid. We know Barbara Friedel, the lady that was investigated last summer for the racist remarks she's made for people of color like Robin Roberts and Sonny Hostin, also co-host of The View. After the investigation, she didn't come back. It's been stated that the president, James Ghostin, will be leaving. His last day is March the 31st. We also know that Hillary Epstein-Malcolm, who Meghan stated was the person responsible for bringing her onto the show, she left last month in February because the co-host gave a little tribute to her on her last day. So we shall see how things unfold with Meghan McCain, because it has been stated and put out there since her maternity leave that she don't have the safety net that she once had. And it's also been allegedly that she had went to Barbara Friedel to have Sherry Shepherd banned. This was back in 2018, and Sherry had not been on The View until this year, just last month in February 2021. So that was like a 3-year time frame that Sherry Shepherd, a former co-host herself, had not been able to come to The View. Also, it had been allegedly stated that Meghan McCain banned Tara Sefmeyer from coming to guest co-host, and it's been a lot of things behind the scene that has been allegedly done at the hands and request of Meghan McCain and the higher-ups, basically obliging her in her demands. It's been stated with the makeup artist, she tried to get fired, but it was stated that Whoopi stood in defense of that young lady. She's still there. It had been allegedly stated that she tried to get Anna Navarro banned as well, but as we see, Anna is the Friday co-host because Whoopi is off on Fridays, and Anna is the fill-in when one of the ladies are out, in which Anna was on the show today. So we shall see how things unfold. Again, Meghan McCain needs to be held accountable. She needs to stop being able to go out there and spew false lies, the talking points of the Republican Party. As many have said, her husband she gets her talking points. She needs to come with facts. She needs to come with truth. She needs to be respectful. She needs to stop throwing rocks and hiding her hands and thinking that no one knows the dirt that she's doing behind the scene, and how she's being very mean and rude and just not a nice person to other people when something doesn't go the way she wants. We know she was given that position that she has because her last name is McCain. She's the daughter of John McCain, as she so frequently lets us know. So it's time for accountability. So a lot is going on because, again, the president, James Golston, he's leaving. Two have already left, and it's about diversity. It's been stated that ABC is looking to do diversity and trying to get things in order for everyone, people of color, just like Sonny and, again, Robin Roberts and all of this, just to be what we should all be, treated fairly. Meghan McCain does not have the true qualification, but yet she's been given the platform. So we will just see how things will unfold. Many people just want her to go away because she's not a good fit. And then it's the snottiness, it's the rudeness, it's the unprofessionalism, it's the disrespect. Her parents did not teach her. At least that's what she gives, the perception she gives off, that she wasn't taught to be respectful to others. She wasn't taught to be respectful to her elders. And she behaves very badly. And it's very hard for her to even smile a lot of times. Like, she has a difficult time really just trying to be kind, or to basically fake through it, or however or whatever she may be doing. But let's just keep our eyes on to see what would happen with Meghan McCain, because allegedly, and I would bet that this was her first time ever having any type of talking to or reprimand about her behavior or her actions on the show. I am LaMarsha Lewis. Let's talk.